laugh
or else.
No stems, no seeds that you don't need. Acapulco Gold is
Badass weed.
All right. This is going to be our final segment of the night, and I'm sorry, ladies, that we cut into your time a little bit, but that call came in a little late.
Whatever, Tim.
Whatever, Zohan.
That's fine.
Uh-huh, sure it is.
I don't even care anymore.
don't leave. Where you going?
I'm out for good.
You're leaving? For real?
No.
All right.
No, it's okay.
So
You got over easy this time.
Why is that?
Because I'm not leaving.
Oh. Yeah, well, you called in sick last week, and I'm not sure.
We already went through this. I had a valid excuse. Everybody poops. I had to, too.
All right, so what is it you guys got lined up for us?
Medical marijuana.
That's a huge issue right now.
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
That's what we're calling it.
It has America right in its name, so it's got to be good, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Marijuana.
Even though, like, marijuana is a Hispanic name.
Doesn't matter here, Tim.
All right.
This is a real issue happening in America.
On our issue.
Do not poo on my issue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, go ahead, because as of January 1st, we were supposed to, as Illinois, have legalized
it.
The medical use of it, anyway.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
And
well, I have here in my notes, sir.
You have some notes?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Let's
these
see.
notes contain stuff?
Vital types of stuff.
Oh.
I'll release those right now. But since 2012, 23 states have created their own medical marijuana legislature.
Yes.
Illinois is now one of the 11 states to have a pro-medical marijuana legislation that would not necessarily legalize its use. So which pretty much means is it would be less criminalized, that's all. And it would be available for medical consumption.
medical use, yes.
Well, in Cook County, it is legal to carry, well, it's only a ticketable offense to carry up to an ounce worth of pot.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. A ticketable, isn't it, how much is it? Because they had
$100, I believe.
$100? Okay. Yeah, there's like a rundown. Each state has their own, dealio.
Well, in all, only 3 states have actually overall just legalized it. So don't mix up your states. You're gonna get in lots of trouble.
Yeah, I have a list of them if you. I mean, because we were just talking about this. The 4 that were just as of the first of this year, right?
Mm-hmm, I believe so. Yeah, it was like Maryland, Minnesota, New York for sure.
Maryland.
Maryland. Well, now they're
Maryland.
Marijuana land.
Yeah, we'll keep with the story. It's fine. But they all have it full legalized. Illinois is one of the ones that we were supposed to really start full head with doing the whole process of getting like the dispensaries and the growing areas up. Quinn was actually supposed to take all of their licenses and distribute them coming like the 1st of January of this year.
But he split town.
Yeah.
He split town. Since then, he split town, and so now we have Bruce Rauner looking into either stopping or extremely delaying these things. While they already have a few people, I believe it's like just over 10,000 people have actually applied to do the medical marijuana. There's also like a bunch of waiting times, and then also on top of that, there's this issue with the licenses actually getting out. Other than that, everything else is ready and set up to go.
Before Rauner was elected, does anybody know his stance on marijuana? Was he anti-legalization?
Oh, he's pretty much. Yeah. Yep.
So this isn't something he's going to be jumping at.
Oh, no. That's he's against it. He said if he had been in on the original, where Quinn,
he would have vetoed.
Yeah, he would have vetoed it.
Screw him.
Yeah, I agree.
Screw him with a big rubber dildo.
Yeah. Screw you guys. Yeah. So I mean, in the meantime, a lot of people that have applied, and gotten approved or what have you. I mean, these are people with serious issues.
Illnesses, yes.
Yeah, serious illnesses.
Life-threatening.
HIV. Yeah, cancer. Epilepsy. It's a big.
Right, because I remember reading a list and it was like you had to be close to dying.
Well,
or
yeah.
on the path of death.
Yes.
There's a difference where they're saying that there's a difference between being sick and being eligible, because you can go through the whole process without even getting elected to have the treatments in the first place. So you can have a whole different variety of sicknesses or illnesses, whatever. But that's the problem that they're having. They're not pushing this along through fast enough for the people that are already in line and already approved to even get anything at this point.
Yeah, because I believe the Illinois, what's it called? Their pilot program is only good for 3 years, I think.
I believe
and so that the people that paid their fees and stuff like that are getting really frustrated because this is cutting into the
Business.
the amount of time, and the amount of time they'd have to be able to take part in this program.
And I was sure they opened groweries just outside the borders of Illinois.
Yeah.
And there's also a medical facility already, on Clark Street or something, where they were treating patients. You can go in there and eat a pot cookie or smoke a doob or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it? No, I'm just kidding.
You need a card
No,
or some sort of note from your doctor saying you're dying in 3 months.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't even have to be necessarily something that you're dying from, but something that causes severe pains.
Yeah, well, the list I saw, it was a bunch of terminal illnesses.
Yeah, terminal
Essentially it is,
illnesses, and the things.
You
spinal
have to
cord
have
injuries, all cancers.
Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
Hey, Crohn's disease is a big thing.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. My brother has it.
I got a cousin who's got it.
It'll give you some problems, that's for sure.
Most
there are
definitely.
some people that I know that can barely even eat when they have Crohn's disease. So, it seems like it's almost something that's right up their alley.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it's said to be one of the pros for gaining an actual appetite, and that's why people going through chemo treatments and stuff like that use it to gain their appetite back. And and actually we saw there were a lot of different stories out there about it's becoming I guess an issue that parents are giving cannabis oil to the one is specifically there was a man who was just arrested for giving it to his dying daughter who's 2 years old because she had stage 4 neuroblastoma cancer.
Okay. So, what? Was he arrested for this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was arrested. And his part of his bail conditions are that when he gets out, he's not allowed to have any contact with his daughter.
BS.
Yeah.
His daughter's dying.
Yeah, exactly.
And all he wants to do is ease her pain for a little bit.
Exactly.
So he gives her a little oil. It's not like he made her smoke a bong.
Right, and that's the thing of it is, I guess, I could see a little bit more if, he taught her how to smoke or something.
Or rolled a blunt. And he's like, come on, baby, let's go for a ride in my El Camino.
Oh, yeah, but it's just, no,
He
put the oil in her food, and he said, she was in less pain, she had more energy.
Differences in life,
yes,
the quality of her life,
exactly, and
improved.
That's the big thing, because aren't we? There's always the issue of pulling the plug on someone who is at that point brain dead. And they talk about and argue about the quality of life, and I feel like. Okay, yeah, 2 years old is really young, but I mean,
still, if you're in constant pain, any
exactly.
suffering that can be remedied for at least a moment is better than nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, especially to your own kid. I don't have kids, but I have nieces and a nephew that I would throw myself in front of a bus for, if I had to.
Right.
So seeing a child that you care about going through pain like that, I'm sorry, I would do whatever I could to ease their pain, and especially if I knew they were dying, just
Yeah, and if it's your child, you're gonna feel a little more strongly about it as well.
Right.
And who's to tell you can't do that?
Right. Well, apparently the
It's
government.
just a difference in opinion. Yeah.
All right. I mean, if he obtained the hash oil illegally, then I guess there is some legal ramification. But if you were to go to court and a trial of a jury by your peers, like, there's a possibility they could feel some sympathy and drop the charges.
Right.
Or say not guilty. The man's just trying to, 2 years old, what I don't even have memories of being 2 years old.
No.
I actually do, and it's rather embarrassing. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about it.
No. Maybe another show. Remind me in the future.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, the funny thing is, this particular little girl, her cancer was downgraded to a stage 3.
After using?
Yes.
So, like, was this something he was doing daily for her? Like,
it doesn't say daily. It doesn't say if it was daily, but just putting
noticeable differences
Yes.
after using.
He called
oils.
it miraculous.
Right. And I've got a friend in Australia who used hemp oil on what he explains to be skin cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed pictures over the course of a few months. And whatever these blotches were, after using the hemp oil or hash oil on it over the course of those months, it started to clear up and then eventually disappeared entirely.
Right.
That didn't cure him by any means, but those spots were gone.
And see, yeah, that's what's interesting because, and look, and I didn't know a lot about this stuff. We just thought this would be a good topic to talk about because it's so relevant to Chicago right now, or Illinois. But it's in studies they found that marijuana actually kills cells. So I mean that's maybe where it made his skin cancer disappear, but it also
stopped the abnormal growth.
Right, or killed it altogether.
At least the outbreak in that area, because it did resurface on him later, but somewhere else.
Oh boy.
So it just moved it.
Yeah. You shall not pass this spot, but maybe somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe on his butt.
Yikes! Yeah, but there are a lot of there's one woman in Minnesota who gave her 15-year-old son the same thing that he had
severe illness.
Yeah,
she put some stuff in his cookies or whatever. His oatmeal.
right, and he had a brain injury.
I wonder if her husband ever accidentally ate it.
Woke up on Monday morning. What the hell happened?
No, that was for little Tommy.
Yeah.
I had a vanilla wafer, and that's the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
Some Nilla cookies.
Honey, why aren't you at work today? I think I ate the wrong.
What's today?
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
What do you mean by today?
But yeah, I mean this is something that's
Okay, do you guys believe in the healing power of marijuana?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't say either way.
Okay,
I think
there's no studies that say if it's actually good or bad, but it hasn't been looked into that long.
I'll freely admit my experience. I've smoked plenty of pot, probably more than both your weight. And I suffer from the most severe anxiety at times. And I know that if I smoke some pot, my anxiety's gone long enough for me to get to sleep.
Yep. It's, an antidepressant. Well, actually, I mean, there's two different uses for it. The daytime use and nighttime use. One will... They're different types of marijuana
do
out
explain, I'm sorry.
No.
Indica and sativa?
Yeah. So
you know the difference?
One's
Come on, Dr. Megabeth.
Dr. Megabeth, that's a first.
Yeah. Evil doctor.
Well, like I said, one is a daytime that, helps you.
The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head so you can rest medicine.
That's NyQuil.
Oh, yeah.
That's the new NyQuil, you mean.
That's NyQuil.
Yeah.
You know what I
found kind of interesting, though, is the amount of the potency of THC content has
increased through the roof.
Yes.
Well, that's because you got these kids that go to college and they tinker with the chemical makeup and the molecular structures of pot nowadays. They're crossbreeding African strands with Afghanistan strands. You never know what's going on out there. There was one time I seen some stuff that was all white.
Oh, goodness.
And it was kind of like...
sure that wasn't cocaine?
Yeah, cocaine didn't...
It was really powdery.
It was really rocky. We had to crunch it up. No, but it was like...
Dude, just put it in your nose.
It looked like a brown kind of white. You know, it was like white, but it was
Dirty.
Brown tint. Yeah. And the legend was that it grew in the dark.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, well, tastes like pot to me. I don't know any difference. Got high just the same.
Right.
Grew in the dark.
Yeah. You know, it was like albino.
That's like a magical plant there. Photosynthesis doesn't even work with this thing.
Doesn't even need to be there.
Wow.
So that's it. So we got no idea on whether or not Rauner's gonna sign these papers.
No,
Well, actually, we have a clip from him, Tim, if you want to take a look. But it pretty much talks about how Rauner said that it's a shady business. Of all people saying that it's a shady business.
It's funny because these people are the ones that are like in
Newman.
charge of all the distributors.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
like they're rich enough to get their hands in it early.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah. So I think he's going to try and delay it as much as possible. But I mean,
maybe they're just trying to get a better grasp on the distribution factors before they go ahead and start unleashing it on the public.
Right. Well, I mean, who knows?
I don't know. Maybe he'll explain something in this clip here.
Yeah, I know.
Rauner, do you know?
Quinn won't issue medical marijuana license.
Governor Bruce Rauner's first full day on the job. He met with the state's top Democrats. He issued an executive order on ethics, and he waded into the now murky waters of medical marijuana.
NBC5 investigates Phil Rogers joins us. And Phil, we're waiting to hear what the governor's going to do.
Yeah, Rob, you'll remember
Hello,
it was
Governor.
just 24 hours ago that we reported the chaos confronting the Illinois program. Today, only the slightest clarification. Bruce Rauner says he wants to plunge in and study it top to bottom because so far he doesn't like what he's heard.
I'm concerned about the process. I don't think it's been run well.
It was Governor Rauner's first public comment about the program, which he
concerned I don't
during
have
the
any
campaign.
investments made yet.
The day after Governor Quinn passed on granting licenses to growers and sellers of medical marijuana, something the law's author called an unacceptable delay.
This single failure may doom the medical cannabis program. This single failure said to all of those folks that made applications to be cultivators or dispensary owners.
Is that him?
That we took your $5 million, but we'll get to you when we feel like it.
Rauner says he's concerned about Quinn loyalists who might be trying to profit themselves.
How come Rauner doesn't explain this stuff himself?
Does any politician?
No, but
they're just the mouthpiece.
Somebody
for other
writes
people.
it, for him, anyways. Don't worry.
That's gonna have to do it for this show. We got the next show coming in here on Freeform Radio on 89.3 WNUR-FM. My name is Tim Radicek for Megabeth and the Zohan ladies.
Yes.
It's been fun here on Ladies Night. It's unfortunate we didn't get any more calls from some ladies. But go ahead and reach out to us on the Facebook at facebook.com/LOERadio. Use the hashtag LOERadio on Twitter, and we'll try to get to you, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.